Absolutely. I could have done certain things differently. I could have maybe used different language in a couple of instances. But overall, I have to be very happy with the outcome. And I think if I didn't conduct myself in the way I've done it, I don't think I would have been successful, actually. If I were soft, if I were, presidential, presidential. In a way, it's a bad word because there's nothing wrong with being presidential. But if I would not have fought back the way I fought back, I don't think I would have been successful.
All right, let's take those words and welcome in Dana Milbank, opinion columnist for the Washington Post. Hello, sir.
Hello.
Good to talk to you again, my friend. Thank you for joining us.
So, my pleasure.
What do you think of what Donald Trump had to say about how he has run the campaign and about doing things differently?
Well, look, you can't argue with the success of it. Clearly, it worked. It worked far better than anybody, I assume, even he suspected it would. Now, it's had a lot of collateral damage along the way in terms of coarsening the political debate even more. I was just noting yesterday how we're just getting used to printing words in the Washington Post that we never did before, but that's because it's constantly coming out of the presidential campaign, and a lot of that had to do with Donald Trump. And you and I have been through before the various other ways, I believe, in which he has really made things take a rather ugly turn here in America. But if you're just looking at the mechanics of it and how successful he's been, you certainly can't argue with it.
There's a new poll. I got to admit, I don't know what poll it is. CNN reporting a new poll nationally that shows that Trump now leads Hillary. Before we get to that, let me ask you about the list. Have you, gone over, looked over the candidates that Trump will present for the Supreme Court?
I'm not, no expert on jurists, but it certainly has a lot of the usual suspects that you would expect from a Republican nominee, from a Republican president. So I think that this is a way in which he's sort of, I think, making overtures to sort of the conservative establishment. They may be a little uneasy about some other things he's been doing of late, but I think in general he's making a pivot to being a more conventional Republican candidate.
How do you feel about the New York Times piece on women and the response to it, not only from Trump, but from some of the women in it? And combine that, if you will, with the revelation that I believe your own newspaper has, 20, full-time people digging and digging and digging on Trump. That was admitted to by Bob Woodward. So are you guys and everybody else going to do the same for Clinton?
Yeah, I actually have no idea what that was, what Bob was referencing there. Certainly, I don't think anybody would suggest that the Washington Post has not done a rather thorough job of vetting Hillary Clinton this last quarter century. So, certainly a whole lot more time has been spent vetting her than has been spent vetting Donald Trump. That continues to go on. But, that's sort of an interesting thing about this campaign is, Trump is going to turn his attack machine on Clinton now. And the question is, does it have the same sort of effect of being able to define her, because she is so well defined, for better or worse, and that people are split down the middle on that. But people, there's very little you can find out at this point about Hillary Clinton that you have not already heard about.
That may or may not be true. There are a lot of young women, for instance, who might have heard of Monica Lewinsky, but might have no idea about settling the Paula Jones suit and what that was about.
Okay, but you're saying there may be people who are unaware of all the things that have been reported, but I don't think you're saying maybe there's a whole lot of new information to be dug up.
But to be fair, only one TV network, and that was NBC, ever gave Juanita Broderick the time of day. I mean, if a woman came forward today and accused Donald Trump of the same thing, don't you think she'd be the most wanted woman for TV circuit in America?
Okay, so wait, so you're saying somebody's accused Hillary Clinton of
no. But the same woman says she was threatened by Hillary, and so do other women who claim they were attacked, that they were threatened by Hillary.
Look, I mean, I think if you want to do apples and oranges, if you're saying Hillary Clinton has, sexually assaulted somebody, I definitely think we should cover that.
But she says Bill's going to be her economic advisor. He's going to be back at the White House. That doesn't mean anything?
Well, I'm sorry. He's being her sexual advisor. What did you say?
Economic advisor.
Right. So why? So that's why I'm a little confused. Why you're.
So it doesn't matter. So his past doesn't matter. If those women are telling the truth, that doesn't enter into it, because it seems like it's a 2-for-1 deal, like he ran on. So that's not fair game. That's not important.
So you're drawing a direct parallel. So Bill Clinton's sexual misconduct and Donald Trump's sexual misconduct are the two issues that should be on the.
No,
I'm
saying there's no comparison. I don't see a woman that came forward and said Donald Trump attacked me. I'm asking you if it's not fair game.
Okay, but you're saying somebody came forward and saying Hillary Clinton sexually attacked?
No, I already answered that, Dana. You're being cute, but you're not being intellectually honest.
You're just drawing parallels that don't exist. That's
sure, they exist. Sure, they exist.
Hillary Clinton. Okay. You're holding Hillary
because
Clinton
the women have said that Hillary ruined their lives and threatened them. That's why. So don't these women deserve to be heard? No.
So now you're saying that the various accusers.
You keep telling me what I'm saying, but you're not answering.
They have been heard repeatedly over the last quarter century.
By who? Where was Juanita Broderick except NBC and talk radio?
We can go to a Nexus search, and you can have me back on, and I'll read them back to you.
She has not been on any network except NBC. Lisa Myers did a half hour.
I don't know. You're not talking to somebody who works for a network.
Okay. Well, I think I
made
my point.
The Washington Post never mentioned this.
I don't know. I don't know.
Sure.
Okay. Let's move on to Bernie. You wrote a piece about Bernie, saying that asking does he want to be the Ralph Nader of 2016. There's a lot of rancor going on in this Democratic Party. The attacks on Bernie and his supporters, and Boxer and Feinstein and Harry Reid, and poor little Bernie didn't do what they wanted, so Harry Reid's going to have to talk to him again and give him a good talking to. How are they ever going to unite?
Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm really surprised by what Bernie's doing now. It does not seem to be consistent with what he said his top priority is, in making sure that Donald Trump is not the president. So I'd be surprised if this continues. I asked the question in today's column, does he want to be Ralph Nader? I don't think he wants to be, because he said when he started this campaign that he does see that there's a difference between the two parties, and Nader really was saying, there's not really a difference between the two parties. So I think Sanders does see himself differently. And if he's going to carry on this way, then he very well may cost Hillary Clinton the presidency. I don't expect that'll happen, but that's up to Bernie Sanders.
Dana, spirited conversation. I always appreciate it. Thank you.
It is always a delight.
Thank you, Dana Milbank, ladies and gentlemen.